Okay, so friggin' was able to get a bunch of the parts off of the friggin' Honda last night or whatever while my movie was uploading and stuff. So she's ready to get extracted, so I'll get the tripod out. But for frig's sake, I was on the phone all morning with like the government stuff and these different friggin' medicinal cigarette places and this and that. Like the government's just cocking everything over, eh? Like you can't even friggin', you know, grow a little radish tree in your backyard anymore, for frig's sake. Anyways, they're emailing me forms and different things and frig sack and different stuff like that. So friggin' rights, I'll get that sorted out soon. But anyways, I'll get the tripod out and we'll get this engine off here. Alright, so I'm pretty sure that everything disconnected. I should be able to just lift it up and pull it off the friggin' drive shaft. Of course not. Of course not. Nope, gotta take 4 more bolts out. Frick a sack. Alright, let's try this again. It's got like a rubber mount. Oh yeah, shit. Fuck's sakes. It's got this rubber mount thing and there's like an oil drain plug thing attached to it. So I'm gonna have to undo that now. So I better make sure there's no more oil in it. Son of a bitch, still not ready. Now I remember, it's a 2-piece for frig's sakes here. And yeah, oil's pissing out of there a little bit. Let's put the cap back in. And you should be able to lift it up. There's just not enough room. The drive shaft ends up hitting the frig's sakes here there. You can't lift the drive shaft up enough to friggin' get the bolts away from the frig's sakes here. So I unbolted the engine off of that. Got some oil coming out of her, she does. Alright, so I got the friggin' ignition off and the friggin' carbonator's ready to come off, but it, like I kind of suspected that it was like the crank seal on the flywheel side, because that's, you know, it's just spraying friggin' oil everywhere. If it was just dripping out, like all these bolts are tight all the way around the friggin' crankcase for frig's sakes here, so I don't know. I'll just keep busting into it till I find something leaking. Anyways, I'll pull the friggin' cover off and probably pull the flywheel off and we'll see if we can't find a leak. Alright, so I've just been cigaretting it and I've been turning it. I could hear some hissing, right? So, but I can hear it, I'm listening. Sounds like it's coming from in behind the flywheel, but right after that, it goes out the friggin' exhaust. And you turn it. Definitely coming from in behind the flywheel. Hear it? So, that's where the oil is coming from, for sure. All right, so I got all the bull crap off, all the friggin' nuts and stuff. So there's the cigarette for the friggin' drive shaft or whatever. So it just goes on over the cigarette butt there. But yeah, just pull this guy off here and we'll friggin' see if we can find the leak. Oh, here's a little tip for you. Friggin', I just took a punch and there's little holes drilled into the side of the friggin' flywheel all over the place. So just put the punch in one side and just hold it over the ear of the friggin' engine, and then you can break the friggin' nut loose without, you know, pinching your fingers or friggin' just spinning it all day like an asshole or whatever, you know what I mean? Just gotta wedge something in there. All right, now I'm gonna show you how to not take the flywheel off. This is not how you take your flywheel off. You don't want to get yourself a little freaking wedgie bent screwdriver. And you definitely don't want to friggin' shove it up in between the friggin' crankcase and the for frig's sakes here. And you don't want to push your sack and antler into it. Just you know, just a little bit of pressure to, you know, push it out, that you don't. And then you definitely don't want to hit the friggin' bolt, you know, spin the bolt on friggin' 2/3 of the way, so, you know, you're not cigaretting the threads, and then just friggin' give her tappies like that. You definitely, that's definitely not how you want to do that. But anyways, it works. Key's still in there. Definitely wet back in here. Definitely. So you can see the back side of the flywheel is soaky. Oh, there's the seal. It just popped out, for frig's sake. Wow. See, when I was driving it, I heard like a pop. Sounded like popping a friggin' garbage bag, a paper bag, you know, like the engine's running and then pop, and then it kind of changed the sound a little bit. And I was like, oh shit, you know, fucking, you know, it sounds different, but, you know, it's still working, so what the cigarette, right? But yeah, the friggin' seal just popped out. So, for frigga sack, tear the whole tractor apart, and for frig's sake, the program. So anyways, the old lady's got some vittles on the friggin' cigarette here, so I'll just tap that back in, and I guess we'll start putting her back together. Son of a bitch. Yeah, it doesn't appear to be cigaretted at all. It just popped out of there, eh? So maybe I got a plug for frig's sakes or something. I'll have to check my blow-by valve in my distributor cap, eh? No, I'm just making shit up. Okay, so beg my pardon, but I got her all back together. I just friggin' had to just friggin' do it because it's just taking too long. I got about 3.5 hours into this so far, but yeah, just taking some of it out and put some just hydraulic fluid in, so you can see how thick this stuff is, eh? Well, the clutch isn't disengaging when it's too cold, right? So, I mean, it will, but you gotta like wait and let it warm up and this and that, so. That'll be enough probably. I'll just top her up with some hydraulic fluid and call her a cigarette. Well, I got the friggin' all the fluids changed there, but friggin' you can see the fluid in the transmission was still pretty clear. I just thought that was cool how it was mixing, because the clear shit's a lot thicker obviously. But anyways, let's fire this bitch up. How's that? Good enough? Okay. Fuel on. Choke on. Throttle on. Friggin' rights, boys. You can see I was trying to put it in gear there and friggin' it just won't, you know what I mean? It's probably got, well, chooch that thinner stuff through there a little bit, but like I said, I only drained about half it out. I figure anyway, you know, it's hard to tell how much, but you know, I girdled it for a bunch and then I put a bunch in, and then, you know what I mean? Now there's mixy, thin stuff, thick stuff. So, you know, I'll probably take a minute to get it all chooched through the program, but anyways, friggin' I stuck my face right in there. My face ain't all spattered with friggin' oil and stuff, so friggin' rights, boys. Another project off the list. Just gotta bolt a couple more things onto it. That thing there goes onto the for frig's sakes here. Still gotta weld this. As somebody'd already, you can see, cobble welded it there and there, but I was hogging on her. Had to push her back, so I was hogging on her and friggin' snapped her, so I'll have to get the welder out too. But another thing I want to do with this friggin' thing is get an alternator. And like I was looking at the friggin' air cigarette here, and I can friggin' just put like just a Fanti pan air filter on this friggin' thing and eliminate this hole for frig sakes around the top, and probably mount like an alternator there, and then just run a friggin' belt to an alternator off of the shaft, and that'll be more awesome, because this stupid engine don't have enough juice to like charge battery if you got lights on and stuff, right? So all the lights are friggin' disconnected. So that's pretty much bull crap, but friggin' rights, boys. We can scratch another project off the list, so friggin' right. Friggin' I gotta go to London tomorrow. Meet Crazy British bloke at Tasty Vape for frig sec. I'm gonna get on the vapor secrets probably. So friggin' rights. And of course, while I'm in town, I gotta do a whole bunch of running around and different things. So it's, you know, we'll be running all over the place. Probably gotta go see Nelson and friggin' hang out Crazy British bloke, and you know, we'll be in London, so maybe I'll swing by Peck's Pecker next. You know, who knows? Who knows what'll happen? But anyways, Honda's done. A couple more bolts for frig's sake, so it'll be ready for plowing. So I figure that's probably it. Friggin' another Dicker Pug 1 production. So until tomorrow.
Don't let the Walters get you.